not seeing these deals. Is that right? And if that's right, that we're not seeing these bulk deals, why not?
Yeah, good point. I don't know if everybody knows what we do. It's Condo Vultures. We have a consulting company. We also have a brokerage. I'm a qualified broker and also a principal consulting company. So we use data, much like you would in a fog war, to have a drone plane flying over the battlefield, reporting back where the weakness, where the opportunity is, and we then take that data and we try to go in there and take advantage of the situation. All above board, all straightforward, but ultimately bringing in all cash buyers who want to get in this marketplace and work towards resolving it. Now, on the bold side, it's interesting. Oliver, I was actually studying your building in 1016. The 200 units that we're referring to. What's interesting is I saw since April about 24, I think it closed at about 189 square foot. That's under the ballpark, right? See, so really what you're finding, what he's saying is you can move the inventory. You don't move it. It's almost it's appropriately priced. In terms of the bulk deals, why aren't they happening? We made 3 offers this week alone, and I'll tell you the offers are not coming from institutional investors. It's not coming from Wall Street. It's taking the data, putting it into metrics, and coming up with a conclusion as to what this property is worth. The deals are probably, I don't know if Oliver would concur, but the deals are really coming, or the offers are really coming from private equity. Private equity is primarily a individual, it's a wealthy family, they have a family office, it could be a couple of attorneys, a couple of entrepreneurs get together, they go out and they want to buy. And I tell you the reason the private equity is more aggressive rather than institutional. Private equity, in my opinion, is probably 90% fundamentals, 10% gut. I like the property, I understand it, I think I can do this, I'm willing to take that chance. Wall Street, Ivy League educated individuals are not going to be able to make that decision, and even if they could, the committee's not going to sign off on it. So I think really 2009 is private equity, and increasingly they'll start to move into institutional as some of the big buildings that are just coming online right now. When they realize that they're not going to be able to close anything because of the price point that they ultimately sold at, you'll probably see them try to consolidate some of the buildings where they have pre-sales into other buildings or neighboring buildings, try to fill that other building, and then go back to the original one that's ready to close and try to move that to an institutional buyer, never filed a condominium declaration. We've been advising some developers that might be an option to sort of pursue, because the institutional money's out there, but it wants a minimum of 100 units, it wants a minimum $20 million investment, and it wants to have control of the overall association. You know, some of these projects down here, with the exception of maybe one project, they're just not big enough to really jump on the radar of some of the institutional money that's out there. I mean, they're trying to apply, you know, $100, $200 million, and you're kind of hard pressed to find that. Most of the towers that we've seen, they're going to be more in the ballpark of, you know, say $100 a square foot, $150, $75 a square foot. If you factor in it's about 500,000 square feet, the numbers probably aren't going to be there.
So you still think we're gonna? So you acknowledge we haven't seen the bulk deals in a big way, but you think they're still going to happen?
Oh, I mean, they're definitely going to happen. I don't think there's any question or concern about that. I mean, you know, and again, I work on the buy side, so depending on what side of the table you sit on, I mean, I'm here or billing. One of the things that I'm excited about is the FDIC is opening a 500-person operation in Jacksonville in September for bank seizure and asset sales. The number of lenders Florida-based who are approaching me about trying to move notes in anticipation, not that they will get shut down, but just in anticipation of the amount of paper, commercial mortgages that will be coming to market relatively quickly. I mean, you can feel the change going on, that moment of capitulation. I mean, I think there's been 61 bank failures since January of 2008, of which only 5 have been in the state of Florida, if you exclude Eastern Financial. So really, you know, Florida's time of reckoning from a lending perspective is approaching. And I'm hearing it from the special assets and from lenders who are reaching out, trying to move commercial paper.
So just a quick follow-up. So it sounds like you think we are far from the way you're describing.
Well, you know, I'm getting a little anxious because everything the rest of the panel is saying is dead on, and you know, we do better when there's fewer people in the marketplace. And unfortunately, when a bank-owned property goes on the market on a Friday and on Monday there's 12 offers and they're above asking price, it makes it very difficult. We like it better when nobody's in the marketplace, and you know, the buyers are definitely there. The buyers are there. They're all cash. You know, 2-week close, no contingency. You know, I'll write up the offer. If it gets accepted, we'll put in a clause to terminate after the fact while I fly down. I mean, I have a group out of New York in right now looking at some towers on Brickell Avenue. You know, something's in play, and they were told that you got to make a decision today. So they jumped on the plane this morning, they're down here, they're leaving at 7 o'clock tonight, and they're probably going to be writing their offer simply because there's 2 or 3 other offers making around this block of brand new units that are trading for far below replacement cost. So it's, I mean, it's happening. Now the thing about real estate is not real time. This is not the stock market where I know the value of the stock at any moment in time. This is something where after the fact, when you look at closed sales, which the NVR is so good at, I don't even think that those are necessarily a real reflection of where we are today. I think the active and pending sales are more reflective because a short sale that goes under contract today and closes 120 days from now, what is that really telling you about the market? So we really look at actives. And I'll give you an example. We started seeing something September, October of last year, so we started pulling actives and pending sales. And we're tracking it tri-county-wide, residential, single-family towns, condos. Week of Thanksgiving, 108,000 properties for sale, tri-county area, anything residential. This week, 82,000 in a market with no financing, in a market where everybody's saying the bottom's not yet reached. That's an 18% decrease. Now, they're not all closing. But that being said, inventory is being depleted. So it raises the question, are lenders who are taking back foreclosures, are they bringing it to market slowly to try to stabilize pricing, or are they just simply so overwhelmed with the number of foreclosures that they can't deal with it from a bureaucratic perspective? So there are a lot of uncertainties, but something's happening.